Hello everybody, my name is Andreas and welcome to The Nexus, your host of Wildstar news and theories. In the background you will see some of the most professional content ever created on YouTube, which is, of course, Omnicore 1 Weekly. Enjoy, people! Today we will discuss the future of Wildstar. What is going to hold it up in the future against its competitors? What Carbine really needs to do better? Take this as me ranting my opinion all over my viewers, which unfortunately for you guys actually is the case. As always, feel free to disagree in the comments and make sure to post your thoughts on today's topic under the video. First and foremost, I want to talk about the real foundation of Wildstar, the gameplay, and why I think the gameplay is such a core for Wildstar's success. The gameplay is superior to many other MMOs on the market. Even though with a rocky start, no excuses there, wiping out all the bugs, I believe Carbine now have a good foundation to build up a game which will eventually be loved by hundreds of thousands of people. If they manage to recover, that is. The gameplay is and have always been solid in my opinion, and with many quality of life fixes coming to drop 4 here in February, I believe we should see a rise in the game's population, which for us Wildstar players, I'm really glad for it. The next thing is a thing that I believe is pretty important, and it's coming in drop 4 as well. It's the new learner dungeon, the Protostar Academy. I believe one of the biggest bombers Carbine did was giving players a hard challenge to dungeons, without introducing its population with things such as interrupt armor and the telegraph system. Many other MMOs use dungeons as a source of free loot for skill progression, so why not in Wildstar? I believe many people thought, but that's not how it is in Wildstar. Wildstar was brutal for new players the following weeks of launch, which I believe was the key to such a big loss of subscribers. This learning dungeon will learn new players at least the basics of the gameplay in Wildstar, which is interrupt armor and the telegraph system, and of course the dodging and all that kind of. The next point I believe is quite important as well, is the fact that Carbine have gone away from the drop a month policy. And you're probably thinking, why would he ever say that? That's more content for all of us, right? Not in my opinion. I was myself a little skeptical at the start, since I've seen it before in other games, but it failed miserably, and I certainly didn't want that for Wildstar. Carbine did as well with these drops, which were filled with bugs, the first 2 at least, which made Wildstar players such as myself and my guild question the quality of the content. And I believe that Carbine already took a good stand on this issue with the recent changes to their development schedule. Here at last but not least, I would like to talk about the attunement and why I believe it shouldn't be changed. Even though a lot of people saying that they left because of the attunement process, I believe that it's a part of what makes Wildstar special for many people. Avatars, for example, the last boss in Datascape, haven't even been touched yet by Enigma, which is the world's first guild in Wildstar. If we compare that to most other MMOs where the final boss is defeated in less than a week after release, well, it is certainly hardcore, quote unquote. And I believe that's what makes it epic. There's a prestige to kill the raid bosses in Wildstar, and the gear that comes with it, so we can show off. Which I believe is the main motivation for those talented enough and brave enough to take on the hardest encounters and one of the most aggressive progression schedules I've ever seen. Anyway, to conclude this episode, I will say that Wildstar has great potential, and Carbine does some great things in order to get it back on track, but the work is far from over. Anyway, that was all from me in this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe for more discussions and news regarding Wildstar. To the Nexus, peace out!